Hey guys, we are back here for day number 2 of the NFL draft. Hello, is this better? All right. Well, welcome in to my first viewer. Hopefully you can hear me. We'll see if you can. Let me know if the audio is working right or not. Sounds good? All right, thank you. We are just under 6 minutes away from day 2 of the draft. The first pick comes from the Cleveland Browns. Do they take Shedeur Sanders? The rumor is that they will not. Xavier Watts to the Bengals. Yeah, I mean, I really like the fit for him. Xavier Watts, heck of a player. He's my number 2 safety. So, yeah. My number 2 safety overall. I think he's a really nice ball hawking safety. He can do it all. He should go tonight. He should probably go, I would assume, in the first of these 2 rounds here that we have today. It's just a matter of who gets the first call in Cleveland. Who do you think it is? Who do you think is going to be the first pick in the second round for Cleveland? How far does Mike Green go? Does he fall out of day 2 because of the character concerns? I don't think so. But I don't know, man. Does he fall out of day 2 because of the character concerns? It's a possibility. Hopefully you can't hear my bears now. Where do you think Shedeur goes? Where do you think Shedeur goes? Where do you think Shedeur Sanders goes here in day number 2? You think he's going to be a backup? I don't see it. I think a team that wants a backup is going to draft a quarterback later. So I would say that a team that's going to draft him, he might be involved in like a quarterback competition. Like, I don't know. What's a team? Like, he would start. See how he would start in Cleveland. He would start in Cleveland. Shedeur, I mean, it's if I'm Cleveland, that's not a bad idea, but I don't think that I personally don't think they would go with him. I don't think they take Shedeur. What do you think they do though? Like that's a genuine question. Like, do they go with a safety in Nick Emenwari? The Saints taking Shedeur in round 2? That's possible. I could see that. Travis Hunter thought that there's a video clip out there that Travis Hunter thought he was going to be drafted in the first round by the Saints. So when he was interviewed at the draft after he was picked, they they played a clip and he was waiting for the question to see the Saints pick. Turns out he was wrong. They did not take Shedeur. So does he fall to round 3? The Steelers still need a quarterback. Round 3, do you think he could go? No. I don't, but like who takes him? Who looks at a second round talent and goes, let's take him as our backup quarterback. Like I just don't know about that. I don't know. Andrew, if you want, you can join my live too. Like if you set it up at your house. The Colts. I don't know. There's a rumor out there involving the Chicago Bears, Andrew. And I don't hate it at all. Battle for the QB split. Yeah, him and Richardson and Daniel Jones. 3-way QB battle. And I'll tell you right now, Daniel Jones has no chance to win that quarterback battle. It is going to be Richardson all the way. Nope, not Shedeur. But Nick Emenwari is a rumored target for them in round 2. Which, I mean, I like him. He's a good player. It would be goofy, indeed. But it would be a good pick. It's a good value pick. I think the number, like, on most teams' boards, he's their number 2 safety. There's a rumor, Andrew. Wow. That's crazy. You are not going to believe the words I just heard. Things are getting crazy, man. Things are getting crazy. Things are getting crazy. Dude. Woo, it's electric. Day 2 of the NFL draft is going to be something special. The rumor is, Andrew, the first quarterback off the board in day 2 may not be Shedeur Sanders, and it is likely to be Louisville quarterback Tyler Shough. I don't know if this is real or if this is a joke, but that would be wild. Oh my. Shoot, I have to change 1 second. Because NBA playoffs are on. I'm not about to have that on when the draft is on. If the running back, like if they don't work out a way to draft a running back here in day 2, do you think the Bears are a sneaky target for, like, I don't know, Nick Chubb? He's still out there. All right, guys. Mike Green, Will Johnson, Donovan Ezeraku, Shedeur Sanders, as well as Nick Emenwari are still available. Those are all projected first-round talents. Take a backup for Kyler Murray? I don't think so. I mean, if they do, it's not going to be a top-end guy. It would be like if they even need a backup quarterback, they would draft like some guy on day 3. Like I could see Quinn Ewers falling to round 4. I could see that. Or like, I don't know. I could see like I'm gonna say this. You may or may not agree with it, but honestly, on day 3, Riley Leonard, like 6th, 7th round, he might go 6th round at this point. See him go in the 5th. Yeah, I mean I have him as a 4th or 5th round talent. It's just that the quarterbacks are getting pushed back in this draft. And I don't even see where Shador is going to go. Like, where is he drafted? I don't know, man. I don't know. A pick for the Bears in round 2 to keep an eye on would be Ariante Ursary. Browns are they on the clock now? I don't even know. Yeah, they are. One second. I'm going to check something. Yeah. I'm updated. Oh, I really am curious to see who Cleveland wants here. Like, these first couple picks in day 2 are, like, in my opinion, they're more interesting than a lot of the late first-round picks. And that's kind of the common theme that we've seen over the last couple of years is, like, some of these early second-rounders, they're interesting to watch how they go and how they come off the board. So, yeah. Cleveland is on the clock. Cleveland is on the clock. Who do you think goes number 2 overall? Or number 2, first pick of round 2. My bad. What do you think goes here? Who does Cleveland draft? They're showing Tyler Shuck on the video. That would be crazy at pick 33. That would be crazy. Wow. Also, predict who do you think the first running back that comes off the board here in round 2 is? Is it going to be Judkins? Is it going to be Quinshon Judkins, or is Ohio State teammate Travion Henderson? I could see Henderson going first. It's between him and Judkins, I feel like. Could I see a Caleb Johnson sneaking in there? Maybe he could sneak up there, but I feel like most teams value a guy like Henderson. Yeah, I personally like Judkins better, but with Henderson, there's a lot of upside with his like he has the ability to hit the hole, and when he does, he is off, man. He is electric. Waiting for the pick here. It is in. What are we doing?
I don't think you are.
I've been live for 16 minutes, and I have people on my
Okay.
stream right now.
What channel? Danger on YouTube
Yeah,
or Danger Sports?
yeah.
Both.
Whatever. How far does Mike Green fall? How far does he fall? One second. Bears take Mike Green. I'd like it. And a running back. I mean, that's ideal, right? Okay, we have the pick. Does it shock me? No. Kind of a guy we haven't talked about much, but he's actually a good player. Andrew, can you verify something for me? The stream's, it's public, right? No, the pick here for number 33 is officially Carson wow, I butchered that name. My apologies to him. Carson Schlesinger, the linebacker from UCLA, the number 2 linebacker on my board, the number 2 linebacker on the consensus boards. Cleveland needed a linebacker. It's an interesting pick. I mean, the more I think about it, it's like, does Cleveland need an edge? No. It's like the top players available, they don't really need them. So Schlesinger's a good player. That's not a bad pick. I don't think it's I don't know. Like, it's a good pick. I don't think it's a bad pick. I don't think it's a great pick. I think it's a good pick. Yeah. Cleveland also has pick number 36. So they will be on the clock here in a couple more minutes. So not Minnesota, my bad. Tennessee Titans are on the clock. Who do you think they go? You know who's still available, Andrew? You know who's still available? How would you like Luther Burden for the Titans? Would you like that? You think Luther Burden? Oh, by the way, it's actually the Texans pick to have. My fault. And it is not Luther Burden, but it is another receiver. Guess who it is? It is Jaden Higgins, the wide receiver from Iowa State. I think it's pretty crazy that Luther Burden is still there. Could he become a potential target? T. Higgins, little bro. That would be What if he's like secretly T. Higgins' brother? You know, like the long lost brother thing. What if he's one of those? It exists, right? But Tennessee is now actually on the clock. It's not the Texans. Titans should take Burden. I agree. I would agree. Do you want me to add you as a mod, Andrew? Not that it really matters, but the Seattle Seahawks have traded up with the Tennessee Titans. The Seattle Seahawks are on the clock. Is it a quarterback? Is it a quarterback? So the trade is pick number 52 and 82 for so the 52nd pick here for number 35, so, and as well as pick number 82. 82 and 52 for pick number 35, essentially. Who's a guy that Seattle would take? Do they like a Mike Green? Do they like a Nick Emenwari? I feel like I could see them taking Nick Emenwari. That's just me. Quarterback? Is it Shador? Is it Jalen Milroe? Tyler Shuck? It's possible. Pick is in for Seattle. Wow, Andrew. It is JT Tuimoloau, the edge rushers from Ohio State. Just kidding. I got you, didn't I? Just kidding. The pick for the Seattle Seahawks is Nick Emenwari, the safety from South Carolina. I mean, that's who I would have taken out of Seattle. It's a good pick. Xavier Watts to Chicago. Are we back? Are we back? Cleveland is up now. I know you want him. I know you want him in Cincy. I know you want him in Cincy. Let him drop. I don't know. Cleveland's on the clock. Do they take a quarterback? I don't think they do. Plays just like a Bengal. I mean, he's been compared to Jesse Bates, so take that how you will. Jesse Bates. He's got a lot of Jesse Bates comparisons. I mean, the guy is like, think about it. Watts he's a guy that's like always around the ball. He can tackle really well. That's something that's a very underrated aspect of his game. He's actually a really solid tackler. But also, he's mostly known for his ball hawking abilities. He's mostly known for his ability to be around the ball when it's in the midair. Ball hawking free safety. I mean, that's exactly what you want, right? Out of a safety, out of a free safety, particularly, really good player. Pick is in for the Cleveland Browns. Kind of sucks. There goes Quinshon Judkins to Cleveland. He is the Browns pick at number 36. It's been a good man, it's been a really good draft for Cleveland. I actually think it's been a really good draft for him. We're going to come away from this draft and we're going to look at the Cleveland Browns as legitimate winners in this draft, man. Did the Bears pivot to Travion Henderson? Man, I do like Judkins in Cleveland. I really do. I really, really do. The Raiders are back on the clock. Dare I say Shedeur Sanders? You dare be wrong. Probably am. I don't think it's Shedeur. Luther Burden's still out there, man. You know the Raiders have got a draft here, dude. Will Johnson. Will Johnson, man. In round 2 for the Raiders, that is a really good pick. Man, that's a good pick. If that's who it is, that would be a phenomenal pick for the Las Vegas Raiders. So, Schlesinger, Judkins, Eminwari, and a couple of others are off the board here early in day 2. Can't say I didn't tell you Judkins is a better back than Travion Henderson. As long as we don't take Cam Scadaboo, I will be good. We'll see. The Raiders. The Raiders. I think it's Will Johnson, but I don't know. Do you agree with that, Andrew? Yeah. I think that's that. I think that'd be the correct pick. I just feel like that's the right player. William Johnson. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh. Wow. Wow. You know who's trading up here? Miami Dolphins are on the clock. They have traded up with the Las Vegas Raiders. I would imagine Will Johnson is the pick. I would imagine it. So 37 and 143 going to the Dolphins for some day 3 picks, as well as the second round pick for Miami. Ooh. That's bold, man. Wow. You know what Miami needs? Toughness. Think about it. What has been the downfall for the Miami Dolphins the last couple years? They're just a weak team, right? They've had injuries, they get injured. Jonah Sevenaya is the pick for the Vegas Raiders. Not the Vegas Raiders. They traded their pick for the Dolphins. Jonah Sevenaya. Will Johnson still there. Travion Henderson still there. Mike Green still there. Patriots are on the clock. Bears are after that. Luther Burden in New England. Drake May throwing to Drake May and Stephon Diggs. Drake May throwing to Luther Burden and Stephon Diggs. Could you see it? Could you see it? Could you see it? No, I'm not echoing. That's just my voice. New England Patriots are on the clock. Andrew, if the Chicago Bears took Shedeur Sanders at pick number 39, I would give you all of my money. It's not happening. I think it's going to be Luther Burden for New England. Gotta be Luther Burden. Luther Burden should be thy pick. Who'd Miami take? Jonah Sevenaia, the offensive guard from Arizona. So that is a weakness for them, is guard. They need some tougher guys there because Miami's had a problem over the last few years with their culture. A lot of it has come down to they're just simply a weak football team that oftentimes gets beaten. Like they literally will just get beaten at the line of scrimmage because they're not tough. But their first two picks, Kenneth Grant and Jonas Sevenaia, that definitely helps them out a lot. That definitely changes things for a lot for them. Patriots, who do you think they take? Who do you think the Patriots need here? I think it's Luther Burden. They need another guy for Drake May to throw to. They really do. They really, really do. You can't have your only wide receiver being a 30-year-old Stephon Diggs. I mean, come on. Come on now. Come on now. I agree. It should be Burden. Absolutely. Wow. Dang. The pick at number 39. Bears are on the clock. The pick for the New England Patriots is Travion Henderson, the running back from Ohio State. No running back for Chicago, man. Sucks. Bears need a running back really badly. You know, you don't always get what you want, but I would have liked Quinshon Judkins. But Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson in New England. Interesting little duo. Could they go back to Mike Green? Could the Bears go back to Mike Green? Mini crash out. All I know is that I do not want Devin Neal. or Cam Scatterboot. I do not want any of those guys. They might have to sign Quinn. They might have to sign Nick Chubb. They might have to. They might have to do that. It's tough, man. Running out of they have 2 second-round picks. They pick here at 39 and then they pick again at 41. They have a 3rd-round pick, a 5th-round pick, and I believe they have 2 7th-rounders and a 6th. Future years, I mean, but they haven't traded any of their picks from next year. They have all their picks for next year. They got all those picks for next year. Mike Green would be a really nice pick here, except for he has lots of character concerns. I would not blame them for not taking him, and honestly, I don't think they will take him. Ariante Ursary, the offensive tackle from Minnesota. He's been heavily connected to the Bears. Are the Bears going to trade down here? I bet they would have taken one of those 2 running backs if they were still there at 39, man. Especially Quinshon Judkins. Those guys would have been the pick. I bet you they're trying to trade that pick, man. All right, the pick is in. They will not be trading. So we'll see. 3 teeth. With 3 teeth, man. Wow. 3 teeth. How does that even happen? Pick is in, so shall see. All right. I'm going to call this pick live. Whoa! That's a wow! Luther Burden is a bear! Wow! My goodness! This offense is going to be unbelievable, man. The receivers are crazy. Wow. That is insanity. Wow. That's bold, man. That's bold, man. Wow. Wow. They are loading up the offense, man. By the way, guys, my Madden franchise has Rome Odunze, DJ Moore, and Luther Burden. I drafted that team probably, I don't know, 3 months ago? Wow, man. That is bold. That is so many weapons. Wow. Woo. I was thinking Colson Loveland is going to come out of the slot. But that might be Luther Burden. I'm going to make a bold prediction now, Andrew. The player with the most pressure on him this next season is Caleb Williams. Yeah, they're going to run 13 players on offense. What if they doubled up and went Mike Green and at pick 41, dude? That would be electric. That would be electric. Saints are on the clock. Luther Burden is explosive with the football in his hands. He might be. I'm serious. I'm serious. He might be the fastest receiver in the draft. He might be the most electric playmaker at the receiver position. Is he the best? No. But he is unbelievable run after catch. Run after catch, he is an unbelievable guy at that. Unbelievable run after catch receiver. Yeah, put Luther Burden at running back, guys. Who knows? What do you think the Saints are thinking here? What do you think they're thinking here? Their pick is in, by the way. Be right back, man. Milrow? I don't know, man. Could that be the pick? That'd be wild. Tyler Shock. That's actually the rumor. He might be the first quarterback off the board in the second round. It is Tyler Shock to the Saints. Wow! That is crazy. Oh, the Saints are so bad, man. I am not joking when I say this. Tyler Shock is my quarterback number 8. I have 7 quarterbacks ranked above Tyler Shock. The rumor came true, Andrew. It came true. That's something, man. Wow. This second round, unbelievable. Be right back. Wow. Bears are back on the clock. I don't know why I take Tyler Shock. That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, we got a trade. Okay, the Bears are trading pick number 41 and number 72 for number 56, number 62, and number 240. So that's interesting. I was sort of expecting it. Not gonna lie, I was sort of expecting that. And right, I thought one of the 2 picks here in this round 2 would be a trade down. Yeah, it's with the Bills. The Bills get pick number 41. Okay. Need some holes filled on a defense. Yeah, I think they need an edge rusher. They need probably a third linebacker, but they're probably good there in round 2. I would imagine they would need also some defensive tackle help, but they still have, I mean, they have depth there. Interesting, though. Interesting trade. Pick is in for Buffalo, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. Tyler Shock. Unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable. Oh, I actually have more updated information on this trade. So the Bears are giving up pick 41, pick 72, and pick number 240. The Bears are going to receive pick number 56, 72, and 109. So they will be trading into the 4th round as well as wait, that doesn't make sense. Pick 62. I think it's pick 62, 56, and 109 the Bears are getting. And they're trading away 41, 72, and 240. I think that's what's happening. ESPN with a little typo there. We have pick 56, 62, and 109, where the Bills get pick 41, 72, and 240. I like the trade. Luther Burden is electric, dude. I wonder how high they're going to have him on that big board of theirs. We'll hear from Ryan Poles tonight. Are they going to announce this pick already? Man. They're announcing the pick right now. It's a lot of trading, man. From the Vikings to the Texans to the Bills, now the Bears. TJ Sanders, the defensive tackle from South Carolina, is headed to Buffalo. So the Bills get some defensive tackle help. They get to beef up that defensive tackle spot. Not bad pick. That's probably where his value was, to be fair. I probably would have valued him a little lower. Like, I probably would have had him in like the 50s or the 60s, but if he's a guy for them, then I can't hate it. I can't hate on it if they have a vision. Luther Burden is already being celebrated by Romo Dunze on Instagram. Wow. That is an unbelievable wide receiver 3. The Jets are on the clock and the pick is in. So, the Cubs won today. Nice. I didn't even see that. I was too locked in on the draft. All right. The pick for the New York Jets here is Mason Taylor, the tight end from LSU. Clear number 3 tight end on my board. I think he's probably the consensus clear number 3 tight end overall. I was higher on him than most people were earlier on in the process. This is kind of where I valued him at earlier. Eventually, other people started to follow that suit. He's a good player. I think he's solid in pretty much every aspect. And he's consistent. He's got good hands. He's consistent. He also has the ability to block. Nice pick for the Jets. Yeah. You can see a common theme here with the Bears, though. You can really see they're looking at the best player available. They are all over that. Whoever their best player is on the board, they are taking them. That's what they've been doing all draft long. And they're going to continue to do that from what I've seen. Now, are they going to add to the trenches? And should they add to the trenches here? Absolutely. Except QB. What do you mean except QB? What did I say? I don't even remember, dude. Seahawks are going to have a nice secondary, by the way. Tariq Woolen. You got Nick Emenwari, Witherspoon. Some solid players there. It's just, is it going to work, with Sam Darnold, right? I don't know. I have doubts about that. I do have serious doubts. With Sam Darnold, they have doubts. They're not going to take a quarterback. Come on, man. They're not taking a quarterback. The Bears have a starting quarterback, a backup quarterback, and a third stringer. They're not drafting another quarterback. Well, yeah, right. But I didn't know exactly what I said. So, except quarterback, yeah. But they need to make it a priority with these next picks that the trenches, especially on the defensive line, are a priority. They need an edge. They probably need to add a defensive tackle. They need a safety because Jaquan Brisker has injuries. He's a really good player, but he gets injured a lot. It's kind of a problem. But yeah, they do need to add to the trenches especially the defensive line. Man, where does he go? Where does Shador go? I don't know. It's interesting. Very interesting. Man, this story sucks. I'm reading this. Heartbreaking. Steelers defensive lineman Derek Harmon's mom, who was on life support, passed away shortly after she went to the hospital and got to tell her he had been drafted by the Steelers. Man, that's tough. Yeah. She got to, yeah, that's just, from what I read, I'm not too sure if this is exactly true, but I read that she was able to learn that he was drafted, but then very quickly after was where that news came. But I mean, the guy got drafted last night, so Pick is in for the 49ers, by the way. Alfred Collins, the defensive tackle from Texas. I think that's a good pick. I would have probably. He's another player where I look at him. He's like, the value would have been better in late round 2, but I don't know. No clue. Who do you think the Bengals take at 49, Andrew? He might still be in here. Yeah. But like Tyler Shuck over him is absurd. That is absurd. Yeah. Lamar. Yeah, I see Jalen Milrow like that too. Watts to the Bengals. Yeah. Makes sense to me. Really does. Because they need a safety. Al Golden. That connection's there. That almost feels like an ideal pick for him. It almost does. Oh, the Cowboys pick is in. And there goes Donovan Ezeraku, the projected first-round edge rusher from Boston College, goes here to the Dallas Cowboys. Very nice value here for Dallas. Although their scheme with Matt Eberflus as their defensive coordinator, I'm not sure that fits. Because usually you want a guy that's bigger to fit the 4-3 scheme. But he's a lighter edge. Not sure it fits really well, but BPA, right? Lots of BPA going on here in round 2. Dude, where's Mike Green? Is honestly at this point, is Mike Green gonna get drafted? Somebody might get a ridiculous steal on him in the 4th round or something. That'd be crazy, man. The question is, who's gonna be willing to take a risk on that? Yeah, Xavier Watts. Xavier Watts. Yeah. He's a ball hawker. He's always around the ball. You can put him anywhere in that secondary too, especially at those 2 safety positions. Really nice tackler, and he's really good at getting after the ball. Yeah. He's an absolute athlete at that in the secondary. Former receiver recruit coming out of high school, going to Notre Dame. He switched to receiver once he got there. Sorry, he switched to defensive back when he got there. The development for him, it's an interesting story, and he's an interesting and very good player. All right. Pick number 45 is in for the Indianapolis Colts. It is JT Tuimoloau, the edge rusher from Ohio State. He is gone here. Mid-second round player. I like the pick. At this point, if you're not going to take Mike Green, if you're not going to be willing to take that risk, that character concern, the assault allegations, then you can't really go wrong with a guy like JTT. He's going to be a really solid player, pretty high floor, nice little run stopping defensive end, but he also has the ability to be a little spotty as a pass rusher. Every once in a while, he'll just break out and have like 2 or 3 sacks in the middle of a game. He'll just have an unbelievable pick or unbelievable, just crazy game. He'll wreck a game. And then the next moment you'll see he's just like getting just abused by offensive tackles. He's very inconsistent. So in the round 2, I think it makes sense. But I think at the very least he's a solid run stopper at defense at a defensive end. I almost feel like Tuimoloau would have been a better fit in Dallas, and Ezra would have been better fit in Indianapolis. You know? Will Johnson and Mike Green are still there. You know who I want? I want David Putney. Draft day. Real ones know. You guys have seen that movie, right? Just because I feel like it. Because I feel like it, man. Yeah, with Watts, he really came on the scene last year, especially against Caleb Williams at USC. That game was really his breakout moment. At that point, he kind of started to establish himself as a consistent player. Really good athlete. So Luther Burden posted a video of him or a picture of him. He was working out at Missouri's facility yesterday. And the Bears posted a picture with Bears equipment at the exact same position representing Luther Burden. Creative is the good word for Bears Instagram. Rams are on the clock. That's interesting. Terrence Ferguson is the pick at 46 for the Rams. Solid player. I would have liked to see him go a little later, but you know, I've seen that a lot happen here in the second round. There's going to be some really high quality players in round 3, but You really like the Rams need a tight end. Terrence Ferguson's solid. And dude, Arizona's on the clock. This is getting insane. Unbelievable. Bengals pick is not in the next pick or so, but it's coming up pretty soon. Got the Arizona Cardinals on the clock, as well as the Raiders, followed by the Bengals. What do you guys think? Who's been the best overall pick? What pick do you like the most here in round 2 so far? The Bears gonna go full on and just run a college level offense and just stack the playmakers. It's kind of crazy to see. Tyler Shuck is a saint. It's pretty crazy, man. Let's see. Still don't know the pick here for the Cardinals. Are they a team from Mike Green? I don't know. Who's a team that's in a good position to take a risk on him? The Chiefs or the Eagles? Dude. If he goes to the Eagles in round 2, I might crash out. That would be such an Eagles pick. Unbelievable, man. I am convinced now that Mike Green is going to be a Philadelphia Eagle. I am. Crazy. There goes Will Johnson, the defensive back corner from Michigan. I like the pick, man. I think he's probably the clear best player available when you don't consider injuries. Really good player. Will Johnson, top corner in my board for the draft. He was like CB3 or 4 or something like that, but I think in talent, he's clearly number 1. Morrison, I would say he was my number 2 as far as pure talent, but he's also got the injury concerns. His arms are pretty short. A lot of teams value arm length at the NFL level when it comes to corner, so you can get up there and, get your hand on the ball. But he's a good player. I bet you he falls to round 3. Some team's going to get a really nice pick. And some team did get a really good pick in Will Johnson, and that was the Arizona Cardinals. It's a really nice pick, man. It was a matter of time before Will Johnson went. It was like, dude, it can't be that much longer. Can it really take that much longer for him to go? And the answer to that is no, because he went. So, you know who's on the clock now? The Raiders. Could it be Shador? Could it be Shador? Could it be Shador Sanders, the quarterback from Colorado? At this point, I feel like it makes sense. Yeah. Let's see if I have an update on this next pick. JPA football. That's a really good source, but no, pick is not in yet for the Raiders. Andrew, do you want me to drop the pick live on TV, or do you want me to give it to you as soon as possible? It's up to you. It's up to you. Okay, I can do that. Well, we got a trade. Somebody traded one pick ahead of the Bengals. The Raiders are trading back. Who are they trading with? The Texans. The Texans are trading up one pick above the Bengals. I'm going to say the next pick going to be an offensive lineman for Houston. They need to help CJ Stroud. It's brutal in Houston. That offensive line man, that's rough. They traded their only really high-level player, and that was Laramie Tunsil at the offensive line spot. At left tackle, I mean, that Commanders offensive line looks a whole lot better now. Plus, I bet you they take an Ariante Ursary, offensive tackle from Minnesota. I think he's the clear best tackle still available. So, Texans, they're on the clock officially now. Caleb Williams, the dude's under pressure, man. So much around him now. We said the same thing last year, but this year it is to another level. That offensive, the weapons, they're endless. Endless weapons in Chicago. So, pick is in for Houston, by the way. The pick is in for Houston. The pick is indeed Ariante Ursary, the left tackle from Minnesota. They needed a tackle. That should be a really nice piece for them. They really need to help protect CJ, and that's going to be a really nice thing for them to do. I mean, Ariante Ursary is, I think, like clearly the best offensive tackle remaining, and the pick makes sense to me. It fully makes sense, and I don't think they traded too much to get him either. The Bengals, they be on the clock. They own the clock. What do we say? Predict the pick, Andrew. Make the official prediction for the Bengals pick here at 49. Andrew, you going to call me after this, by the way? Xavier Watts, you expecting that to be the pick? Dude, I think that would be awesome. That would be awesome for the Bengals. They need a guy in the back of that secondary. Watts is the perfect player for that. But it's the thing is also, like, there's guys still there. Like, if it's not Watts, I would imagine the pick will make some sense. Because we're at the point in the draft where there's no, like, we're not in a spot where the team picking isn't going to be reaching for a pick, but they're also not getting a steal. It's like there's some good, really good players still there. We're to the point where all the players at this point, there's a reason that they're still there. There's a reason that they're still there in most NFL minds. NFL teams, there's reasons for why these players are still here. Like Mike Green, particularly, is who I'm talking about. But NFL teams see other issues with these guys. I don't have the pick yet, by the way. Let's see, man. It's gonna be interesting. That Bears off, dude. I'm just picturing that offense. There is so much going on there. The pick is in. The pick is in for the Bengals. Still don't have a report on who it is. Don't know. After this, guys, I'll be right back after this pick. Wow. That's interesting. I bet you've never heard of this player, Andrew, because I don't think I have either. And I am not joking. I've seen his name pop up a couple of times on mock drafts, but I genuinely don't know what I have. Like, literally, I have no idea what college this guy goes to. Linebacker from South Carolina, Demetrius Knight Jr. is the pick for the Bengals. And you left Xavier Watts on the board. Could he be a pick for Chicago? The Bengals are selling, man. It's not looking good for your Cincy. The Bengals had to kill this draft. I don't know, man. If Shamar Stewart turns out to be a really good pro, that's going to be the determining factor for this draft. Shamar Stewart is going to have to be worth the pick. Like, that pick is going to have to hit. Otherwise, this draft is not good, man. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. But, I mean, the guys, I don't know, like, do they think they can get Xavier Watson round 3? I would doubt it. If he gets past the Bears at 62, that would surprise me. You agree with that? That would actually kind of shock me if Watts fell past the Bears at 62. Now, could I see it at 56? Yeah, but I feel like he's gonna go before 62. By the way, the official Chicago Bears Carolina Panthers trade is over. The Bears got officially DJ Moore, Darnell Wright, Tyreek Stevenson, Caleb Williams, Torrey Taylor, and Luther Burden. And the Panthers got Bryce Young. Whew. Absolute fleece. Unbelievable, man. That trade. Crazy. Crazy. Seattle Seahawks pick is in now. Al Golden is making his presence known in Cincinnati. I don't agree with a lot of what they're doing, but there's a vision. There's a very clear vision. There's a very clear vision for them. And we'll see if it works. Funny little note. President Donald Trump has made a statement, a public statement, that Shedeur Sanders not being drafted by now is stupid. Bud's vision ain't real. Yeah, I don't know what his vision is, but I don't know, man. We'll see. See if it works out. We'll see if it works. I only recognize him because I saw him pop up on a mock draft one time. Wow. The Panthers are going to be picking at 51. So the Seahawks got pick 50 and the Panthers are picking at 51. Oh, Elijah Arroyo, the tight end from Miami. I like that. He has a lot of potential. I think he has more upside than Ferguson. And who else was taken? There was another guy that was taken in round 2. Help me out, please. Mason Taylor. Actually, I like Mason Taylor better, but I actually like Arroyo better than I like Terrence Ferguson. However, I don't know. I like that pick. I really do. I'm actually a fan of that pick, man. The Panthers are on the clock. I'll be right back, guys. I got to do something. He's 20. Wow, I actually just saw that. He's 25 years old. Yikes. The Panthers are drafting Nick Scorton. That is some good value. I really like that value, man. Nick Scorton at 51 to the Panthers. Here's the trade, by the way, for that. The Broncos are trading away pick 51, 84, 122, and 208. Panthers are getting pick 57, 74, 111, and 230. So a lot of movement going on there. A lot. So that leaves the Tennessee Titans to be back on the clock here in round number 2. Let's see. Let's see. The Titans pick is in. You just have pick 17 every round, so you haven't make any trades except for trading away the 7th round pick to the Bears for Khalil Herbert. That's your only trade. That's boring. What the heck's going on? That's boring. Just the same pick every time. The Titans are drafting edge rusher Olafemi Oladejo, the edge rusher from UCLA. And yes, that is another player that I have barely ever heard of. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock here at number pick 53. Pick number 53, I should say. Nick Scorton would have been a nice player for Chicago. 56. I really like him. I'm a fan of his. He fits the scheme as well. Their pick is in, by the way, for Tampa. Pick is in. Check your messages, by the way. Andrew. Okay. Did you go watch some tape on him or something? You want to win now. But it's the draft. You don't draft a 25-year-old linebacker over Nick Scorton, over Mike. I mean, I guess you don't need an edge rusher now, but Xavier Watts? Come on. Why not Xavier Watts? We need to be drafting a player we need to make good. What does that mean? You'd rather have Watts? Yeah. I mean, clearly. I don't know. I think the pick's probably I don't know. Between that and the Scorton pick, I would give your draft like a C plus at the highest. I'd probably be at like a C realistically. I don't know. Probably a C. My number one player available who is out there still is Mike Green, the defensive end from Marshall. My number two defensive player, or just player overall, that is still available is Xavier Watts, the safety from Notre Dame. You do. But the thing is, how good is he going to be day one? How good of a productive player is he going to be from the get-go? Like, what is he going to bring to the linebacker room right away? If you want him as like a win now player, then what is he going to be able to bring? I have done zero due diligence on Knight. Another player that I think is interesting here is Princely Umar-Malian. Green Bay's on the clock. Us people in the chat, can we all agree that we do not like the Green Bay Packers? We do not like the Green Bay Packers. Okay. I just completely screwed something up. Yikes, dude. Whew. Oh, there goes Benjamin Morrison to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I almost just crashed the stream. If you would have saw what I just saw. I completely closed off the Google tab. Somehow I'm still here. By magic. But there goes Benjamin Morrison to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like the pick. He's my Notre Dame guy. I am actually surprised that he went over Xavier Watts, though. Do I think Benjamin Morrison's probably a better player? Yeah. But, however, the injury concerns I thought would play more of a factor for Morrison than they would for Watts. So, the pick is in, by the way, for Green Bay. I also think Morrison fits well with Tampa. I'm sorry, I'm trying to mess with something right here. So, the Green Bay Packers are selecting. I don't know. They're making their pick right now. Let's see who it is. I'm not sure who this is, but there's a guy making the announcement of the pick. Very good in pass coverage. Okay. That makes sense for Al Golden. For his defense, that does make sense to me. I'm still trying to gather who this draft pick is, man. Anthony Belton, offensive tackle from North Carolina State. So, Packers once again drafting offensive line. They have a very weird obsession with middle tier offensive linemen. And that is exactly what Anthony Bellin is. It's like, oh, it's weird. Yes, indeed. Okay, so the Chargers are on the clock, followed by the Chicago Bears. The first round pick for LA was Omarion Hampton. We'll see what they can do here in round numero dos. Numero dos. Wait, they are? Am I behind? Okay. Oh, the pick is in now. You're right. The Bears are on the clock. Another pick here where I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. Let's buckle up. Trey Harris, the wide receiver for the Chargers, is going here. I like it. They needed a receiver. Trey Harris can do a little bit of everything. He's a solid player. I would have probably expected him to go a little bit earlier. But, you know, I like it. Andrew, predict our pick here. If you could. If you could. Yeah. The pick is already in? Huh? Huh? They're still on the clock. Hi, Ryan. How are you doing? They're on the clock. I mean, the pick's in. But they're still on the clock. Well, that's interesting. Dude, I'm on my phone. Well, that's interesting. Offensive tackle Ozzy Trebilo from Boston College is the pick. That's weird. I just think that's weird. That's weird, man. I don't know. Weird. my setup is really like broken. I can't even like see the comments, so I have to check the video for just like the comments. Ozzy Trebilo. And to be honest with you, I don't have that much of a comment. I don't know. Lions are on the clock, though. I would imagine this pick is a backup offensive tackle for the Bears. Probably your backup right tackle. I don't know. It's a little weird. A little bit weird. Ozzy Trapilo, offensive tackle from Boston College. If you guys are like able to, I'd be welcome to have you guys over tomorrow for day 3. I know Andrew can't get a ride here, but you know, if you can. I want to see who's going to announce this pick officially on the TV. Tate Ratledge for Detroit. Okay. I mean, I probably would have liked Ratledge better than Ozzy Trapilo, if I'm being honest. But the Bears don't need a guard, so... Or really a tackle. I don't know. It's a weird spot to be in. Can the Bears go defense now? They still don't have a running back either. Interesting. My stream is like frozen. Yeah, we're back. Whew! I just completely crashed the stream, but we are back. And better than ever. It's working now, right? I accidentally completely closed off the stream. Okay, good. Ozzy Trapilo is the pick where I think he's ultimately your top backup because, I mean, it's ideal because look, if you think about it, Ozzy Trapilo played every single position at Boston College other than center. He's played left tackle, left guard, right tackle. So he's going to be versatile. Ideally, he's your number 6 offensive lineman. So yeah, but by the way, the Lions are taking offensive guard Tate Ratledge, and the Raiders are taking Jack Betch, the receiver from TCU, which I think is interesting. it's interesting with Ozzy Trapilo because I don't know. Do I think I would rather have had like a Tate Ratledge? Probably. Except for the thing is with Trapilo, you can play him at every single position. So he can be your like, you know, your second or your number one backup who can play everything. If you look at the Lions, right? They have I always forget the guy's name. My goodness. Forgot the guy's name yesterday as well. I bet you the Lions would have taken Ozzy Trapilo there. I bet you the Lions would have taken him. Oh, they're chanting USA. Love it. Gotta like it, man. Got to like it. Andrew, check your messages on Snap. Tate Ratledge. Jack bitch. Well, the Bears are up just 4 picks away again. I'm very like at this point, I have no idea what they're doing. Might be a long night, guys. Might be longer than yesterday. Because I believe there's like a little 10-minute intermission between second and third round. So, yeah. I'm not getting these picks in. Oh! Andrew, you're going to crash out! Oh! The Baltimore Ravens finally did it. There goes Mike Green. Man. I had him projected at number 11 to the 49ers, but there he goes late round 2 to the Baltimore Ravens. Dang. That's crazy. Unbelievable. I mean, the Bengals are just getting outclassed right now. They look like it's like the Bengals are trying to overcomplicate everything. Yeah, but the Steelers, like, I would rate the Steelers draft better. I think the Steelers draft is better than the Bengals. Yeah, I would say so. I'm going to look at, I mean, Schlesinger is a really good pick at 33. And then Quinshon Judkins at pick 36. Pick 36. So I would definitely say comfortably that the Browns have had a better draft. I think they probably have 2 players that are better than maybe potentially the Bengals' top player that they drafted. According to who? That's weird. The guy's 25 years old. What? The Browns had a better draft. The Steelers have only had one pick, so it's not really fair to say, oh well, because I mean, like you got to look at, you have to value based on what have they already had. The Steelers have only had one pick. They only picked once, and that was Derek Carman. And they actually look kind of smart. Could you imagine the Steelers land Shedeur Sanders in round 3? That would be unbelievable. Jefferson Bozo. Yeah, it is fair, but what I'm saying is you can't judge how good a draft is based on, oh, that team's had more picks than us, so they obviously are gonna have a, like, you can't just, you have to value the fact that, oh, based on their pick value, you can't just go, oh, you got to look at the fact that they utilized what they had. Let's see, is Denver's picking? Yeah, the end of the NBA draft is literally like luck. Harrison's giving that Ozzy Trapeel grade a B. Or is it Trapillo? I don't know. They need defense, man. The Ravens pick is in. Yeah. The NBA is just random at times. NFL, they need to adapt it because tanking realistically doesn't happen. Not a lot going on right now. Okay. So the pick at 60 for Denver is RJ Harvey, the running back from UCF. The Broncos finally get their running back, but oddly enough, it is not Caleb Johnson. I feel like Caleb Johnson might be the best running back. I wouldn't mind him at 60. I don't know. I might actually be on the Caleb Johnson train. It's like they just needed to just draft a guy at this point. Or Watts. I mean, come on. Yeah, you would have a chance to get him. Let's see here. The Commanders are on the clock. So the first two picks for the Ravens are Malachi Starks as well as Mike Green. Pretty good, man. Pretty solid. Ravens? What are we talking about? What are we talking about, guys? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? That's what I said. What? I'm working something right now. Yeah, that's insane. Could you imagine if the Bears got Watts? That would be awesome, man. But realistically, I think they go D-line. If they're going straight up best player available, it's Watts. But if you're going to go for need a little bit, you're going to involve need in the equation. You're probably going to go with a defensive end or a D tackle, somebody on the defensive line. That would be unbelievable. Trey Amos, the pick for the Washington Commanders at pick number 61. The solid corner from Ole Miss. A lot of people expected him to be going earlier in the second round. He's a good player. I really do think so. Good value for Washington. But you know what that means? The Bears are back on the clock. Do they go Caleb Johnson? Is it Xavier Watts? Are they just going to lean on the offense? How much do they like a guy like Caleb Johnson? I don't know. He's a guy where I'm just like, I would have rather had the Ohio State running backs. I would have rather had Omarion Hampton and would have rather had Genty, obviously. But after that, it's got to be Caleb Johnson. A couple of running backs have snuck their way in between, which I think is kind of crazy, but I could see it. I don't know. Andrew, can you actually answer me rather than just typing dead emojis? It's getting annoying. Yeah, that would be unbelievable, dude. If you can pull that off, you look like a genius. I wouldn't be shocked if they traded again. Okay. I bet you it's either Xavier Watts or a running back or a defensive end. I would be pretty shocked if it was anything other than that. They're on the clock. We're waiting for that pick. I bet you it takes a couple minutes because we are like egregiously ahead of the TV broadcast. So I wonder who this pick is, man. I'll be really excited to see it. Who do you think wins the starting job for the Saints? Tyler Shuck? Spencer Rattler? Pick is in for the Bears. Pick is in. I don't know who it is, but I know it's in. Okay. Wow. All right. Shamar Turner, the defensive tackle from Texas A&M. I mean that Texas A&M defense it's stacked. And to get one of those pieces here at 62, I think I'm okay with it. I'd have to do some more due diligence, but I think it's solid. Bears got a lot of defensive tackle depth, man. Lots of it. Where is our running back? I guess that would make sense. I guess. Mike Green's a better player, but the concerns are obvious with him. Well, the Bears are done for tonight. Shamar Turner. Well, the Bears got Shamar Turner. So you're talking Stewart. Shamar Turner, he's kind of a tweener. He could play some defensive end. He could play some edge. So I would imagine he's probably a really nice like replacement, like for what's the guy's name? What's I don't know. He should probably be a decent like depth guy at both edge and at D tackle. I'm getting a lot of positive reactions to Shamar Turner. All right. I'm seeing that it is a steal for the Bears. I don't know about that. Give it a solid grade. It's not bad. He had to get some defensive end tackle. All right. Wow, for the summer? That's crazy. All right, I'll see you. If you can, you could watch in the car, but just saying. The guy doesn't have a lot of production, Shamar Stewart, but he's interesting because it's like, what do? Do you play him at edge? Do you play him at D tackle? I don't know. We'll see. So from what I'm hearing, Shamar Stewart was going to be a first round pick before he had a foot issue, which really tanked his stock a little bit. Stats weren't that great this year, but I would like to see Shamar Turner's stats from 2023. Oh, they're playing the Shamar Stewart or the Shamar Turner guy. They're showing his highlights on the TV against Notre Dame. One second. No, I'm not. I'm not mixing them up. I'm just saying. Plus, it's weird 2 guys on the same team that play the same position with the same first name. Are you kidding me? It's weird. He's got a lot of potential. There's really good value. It's a BPA pick. I think the one thing is that like the running back is just not a thing for the Bears. What do they do? I don't know. That's weird. I don't know what they're going to do at running back, man. Shamar Turner right now projects to be probably your top D tackle / edge backup. So he'll probably play a little bit of both, but he'll probably be the top backup at both of those 2 positions. So I bet you he plays a lot of both, because let's see. What is Shamar Turner's? What is his stature looking like? He is 6'4", 300. So size wise, he's a D tackle. It's like, what does he do? He had 6 sacks last year as a defensive tackle, which is really good. This year he was injured a lot. So yeah. Trying to look at things. Okay. So what you did here in second round, if you're the Bears, you got a lot of depth. You kind of added your top defensive line backup as well as your number 1 offensive line backup, which you need that. I think that's really important for them to do that. They got their top guys at both 2 positions at the backup spots. So it's really good that they can get their top guy, their swing tackle, which is Ozzie Trapillo, as well as their number 1 backup defensive rotational pass rusher, and that is Shamar Turner. Now, to be fair, with the trade down that they did earlier, I could imagine if they see a player that they want to trade back up for. I could see it. Like late day 3, like not late day 3. I could say like mid round 3, if there's a guy that's still there. I would imagine they would be interested in trading up. They still have they have a good amount of picks. They now have a 4th. I don't know. I have to update myself on that, but they have a lot of picks still. I think what's another thing that's really good for them is that if you look at it, the top players available for the Bears, they're drafting guys that are going to be top backups at top positions of need. So you're not looking at like starters here in round 2, at least right away. You're looking at depth pieces that could potentially be starters in the future. However, if you look at the Bears roster, there's not a lot that you really need. Like, you need a running back. That's an obvious hole. You need another safety, but at that point, the safety that you draft, he's going to be your third safety. And the guy that you draft at running back, he probably at this point won't even start over Swift. So, I don't know. Ben Johnson there must be something with Ben Johnson that he thinks he can use DeAndre Swift better. That's probably why they haven't drafted a guy at this point. I would imagine that they think they can use him better than they can use a guy like a Caleb Johnson. I feel like they would probably imagine themselves using that pick better with, getting trench backups. There's depth there. I think it's valuable for them to do something like that. So, Andrew Makuba goes before Xavier Watts. That is unbelievable. If he's there for the Bengals in round 3, that's the pick, dude. That is the pick. Wow. So the Giants are on the clock. There's a little intermission time in between these two picks here. The Giants are on the clock here at 65. So interesting round number 2 for the teams involved here. So I don't know. That was interesting round number 2. It wasn't like a necessarily bad round for any team. But overall, I think a lot of teams filled needs, especially that could be potential backups. So, yeah. Round 3 coming up pretty soon. By the way, Shedeur Sanders is still there. Shedeur is still there. He's a 3rd-round quarterback. Could you imagine if the Steelers get him? Could you imagine? It'd be crazy, man. Would be absolutely insanity. It's going to be a long night. I am tired, man. Already been live for 2.5 hours. Got another 2.5 hours left. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know if I'm going to make it, guys. Man, am I tired. I am a tired person right now. You're tired a little bit. There's only one person in here. Hello to the one person. How are you doing? It's probably my father. Jack Besh. Oh, Omar Norman Lott was the pick at 63. I like that pick, by the way. I completely skipped that pick. Andrew Makuba was the pick at 64. Really nice. I mean, the Eagles are drafting as good as they do every year. They kill it. And they're doing it again. By the way, we are back for round 3 as the Giants now have their pick in, and it is the defensive tackle from Toledo. It is Darius Alexander. He's an older prospect at 25 years old, which is actually the third player already drafted that is 25, Darius Alexander. The first being Tyler Shuck, which was a joke. But then after that, it was what's the guy's first name? Knight Jr. to the Donovan. What even Demetrius Knight? He went to the Cleveland Browns in round 2. Or the Bengals, my bad. Gonna be a long night. Gonna be a long night. Indeed. So Darius Alexander goes. The Chiefs are back on the clock at number 66. Is the pick in? Is the question. I honestly thought that the little intermission there would probably take a little longer than it did. But yeah. All right. It is Ashton Gillette, the defensive end from Louisville, that goes here to the Chiefs. Interesting little pick here. I would have liked them to take another guy like Princely Umamalian. I like better, but I don't know. Interesting. He's not a bad player. I almost see him more as a late round 3 guy or an early round 4 guy. The Browns pick is in. Do they steal Shedeur here? Could they do it in round 3? I know they're probably going to draft a quarterback in next year's NFL draft if they don't have a guy that works this year. But in round 3, I could see it. I could see it, man. I really could. Whoever takes Shedeur Sanders here in round 3 is getting a starting level quarterback in round 3, which is pretty incredible. Whoever takes him is probably going to draft him and start him. Like if it's probably either going to be Cleveland or Pittsburgh. Those teams both need quarterbacks because their quarterbacks respectively are Kenny Pickett for the Browns and Mason Rudolph for the Steelers at the moment. Okay. Trying to find this pick for Cleveland. So let me. I still can't find this pick, man. All right, it's not in yet. I guess they're just taking like ages to announce it, which uh, surprises me. Man, it's Cleveland has kind of killed it from at this point, but let's see what they do here. Pick has been in, so it's about to be announced. They've killed it so far. In round 1, they had who do they have? They had Mason Graham. Second round, they got Carson Schweschinger as well as Quinshon Judkins. And the pick here is Harold Fannin, the tight end from Bowling Green. Wow. I like the pick there again. Tight end 2 for them. They're actually killing it, man. They are killing it. Oh, the Lions are trading up. However, it is not from the pick right here. It is from a future pick that is coming up in the next 2 or 3 picks. So they're still moving up. The pick is in for the Raiders, by the way. Detroit moved up to pick number 70. That is 2 picks away from now. Harold Fannin, the pick for the Browns. Really nice receiving threat. He's a fast guy. He's got good hands. It's not bad. Not bad. Raiders pick is in, though. Darian Porter, the cornerback from Iowa State, is the pick here for the Raiders. I don't have much comment on him, but I have heard of him. Round 3, you got to think it's not even that bad, but, there's still guys there. New England's on the clock now, followed by Detroit and then the New Orleans Saints. Because could the Saints take him in round 3? There's so many teams that could take him. But are they going to, is the question. Are they going to take a risk on a guy like that? They could, but are they going to? That's the question. Patriots pick is in now. It is Kyle Williams, the wide receiver from Washington State. This guy, I know him pretty well. I actually thought he was probably going to end up being a Tennessee Titan to reunite with Cam Ward. He's not, but he is going to New England. They do need another receiver. They got him, and he's going to be a nice complementary piece to Stephon Diggs in that room. Another weapon for Drake May to get the ball to. It's a need, and it's also pretty good value. Ideally, he's a number 3 receiver in the league, but I don't know. He's probably a 2 or 3 in the Patriots, if I'm being honest. A nice little depth piece. The Detroit Lions are on the clock. Gonna be a long night. It has been a long night. I'm gonna be able to do this for 3 days. Be honest, I don't really know. We'll see. The Lions' first 2 picks, Tyreek Williams and Tate Ratledge. So their next pick is in. They've gone trenches so far, which is a pretty Detroit Lions type of a thing to do. Will they continue that, or will they spread out and go with a position, a skill position, or a corner? Are they going to change things up? See, the reporting's pretty slowed. It's a lot more along with the TV at this point. So whoa! Isaac Tesla from Arkansas goes to the Lions. That's a reach. Wow. That is like drafting Velus Jones. So Isaac Tesla, the wide receiver from Arkansas. Isaac Tesla is a projected 5th to 6th round talent, so in round 3, that is unbelievable. These picks are crazy, man. The Lions are not cooking, man. I am tired, man, but this is funny. The Lions, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? What are we doing, Detroit? So the Saints pick is in. I can't believe what I just saw from the Detroit Lions. Andrew is back and he is here for some taunting, and I like it. Crazy. By the way, fun note on Trapillo. I still can't say the guy's name. He is 6'8", and he can play guard and he can play tackle. He is a monster. That is like the size of Joe Alt. And that's a big boy. It's a big boy. All right, let me see what this pick is for the I'm behind now. The Saints have selected Vernon Broughton, defensive tackle from Texas. He's a solid rotational player. At this range in the draft, I actually like it a good amount. The Saints took Azare Thomas with pick number 73. I think that's really good value. He was projected like in the mid-third round. He's a good talent. There's a lot of corners that are falling, and he's the next victim of that. Azare Thomas to the Jets. And we have pick number 72. The Buffalo Bills get a guy that fits absolutely perfectly. Landon Jackson, the edge rusher from Arkansas, falls to pick number 72 with the Bills and a pick that they traded and got from Chicago. Another guy that has fallen down the hole. I have no idea what the problem is with Xavier Watts. I have no idea what the problem is. No clue what the issue is with him. I don't know. There's got to be some sort of problem with, like, I don't know what it is, but there's got to be some sort of reason that he's falling down. I'm not sure if I agree with it, but the guy should have been a second round player. He's my second safety overall. That is unbelievable. The Lions traded up their 3rd round pick this year and 2 other 3rd round picks for Isaac Tesla. You did not just trade for Elon Musk. This is not Tesla. You got the wrong Tesla, I think, Detroit. What are we doing? You gave up 3 third round picks for Isaac Tesla, a projected 5th round player. Unbelievable. You can't. That might have been the worst trade I've seen all drafts long. And I mean it. There have been some bad ones. That is bad, man. That is awful. Dude, no, but Andrew, do you understand giving up 3 third round picks to take just no. They gave up 2 thirds next year and their 3rd this year to draft a 5th to 6th round projected player. They gave up 3 third round picks. 3 thirds to move up in the 3rd for a projected 5th round player. A projected 5th round receiver. Elon Musk somewhere is smiling. The New York Jets, by the way, their pick is in. Whoa. So we have pick 74, but not 673. That's interesting. Who are these receivers, dog? The Broncos are taking Pat Bryant at pick 74. Why are we reaching for these these day 3 receivers? The Bears taking Luther Burden, they look smart right now. Because they got a projected, they got a guy that I had in the 1st round, in the 2nd round, where these guys are taking guys I've literally never heard of. I've never heard of Isaac Tesla with 2 A's. Here, I'm going to type it in the chat. That's the dude's name. Crazy. Let's start a poll. All right, Andrew, what poll should I have in the chat? Or whoever's still here. I got a good one. Cooking up a poll for you guys to vote on interactively. All right. Who's going to draft Shedeur Sanders? Is it going to be Steelers, Raiders, Browns, or is it going to be another team? Gotta be the pick, right? You have to, you would like, they're like 9 picks away or something like that. Isaac Tesla just is like, I don't, maybe he's going to be a great player. I don't see it, but the Lions have drafted well historically, especially with their new GM, Brad Holmes. Wow. This is, dude, Xavier Watts cannot fall to the Rams. That would not be fair. Oh, we got some news. I'm going to type it out in the chat for you. Colston Loveland is going to wear number 84 for Chicago. Not bad. I would have liked 87. Do you like 84? And if so, how much? 84 and 85, the two tight ends. All right. I am not getting the updates on these picks. Wow. 87 is better. Yeah. I agree. I would agree. 2 votes. Both for the Steelers. 49ers are on the clock. Okay. Let's see. Still got 21 more picks when you count compensatory picks. So we got a lot of time left tonight. Dude. Gonna be a long night. Colston Loveland will wear number 84 for the Chicago Bears. Let me try to find the next pick. It is the 49ers on the clock, followed by Dallas and New England. So that pick is still not in. It's been a while since the most recent pick was Pat Bryant. They're taking their sweet time. Oh, man. Whoa! Nick Martin at pick number in the 3rd round? Do you guys understand? I was able to mock Nick Martin to the Bears in round 7. I was mocking him to the Bears in the 7th round, and the 49ers are taking him in the 3rd. Crazy. This draft is... These teams are... Wow. I don't even know what's going on. I have no clue what is going on. Dallas is on the clock. But Nick Martin, that's something else, man. Shedeur Sanders is still there. He's still there. There goes Siobhan Revel Jr. He was pretty high on my board. He was a mid-day 2 player for me. I think that's definitely a much better pick for them rather than Nick Martin. I think he's a good player. He's a tall guy. He's 6'2" at corner. You'll like to see it, especially in the NFL. Lanky corner. Lanky press corner. A lot of teams find that interesting. The Cowboys seems like are that team here right now. Panthers, you are now on the clock. Pick is in for Carolina here at 77. Oh, there goes Princely Umamoline. Oh, I like that. I really like him. He's somebody who I have higher on than most. He had 10.5 sacks last year. Man, the Panthers are really investing into that defensive line, especially the SEC. They now have drafted today the following players. They have drafted Nick Scorton in round 2, and now follow that up with drafting Princely Umamoline in round number 3, who I like a lot. I like him. I really do like Umamoline. The Cardinals pick is in, as they're the next team on the clock. Princely or Siobhan Revel Jr. Those the two players that I like the most in here in the 3rd round so far. So, yeah. I bet you In 5 to 6 picks, we will start seeing a bunch of our quarterbacks go. We'll start seeing Milroe. We'll start seeing, obviously, Shedeur Sanders. I still can't believe they took Tyler Shuck, though, in round 2. Dude, that is generationally bad. Wow. I still can't believe it. Like, the report was out there, but I still, like, that doesn't sound real. It doesn't sound real. Crazy stuff, man. Yeah, Tyler Shuck is 25, and by September, Andrew, he will be turning 26. So early in the NFL season, he's going to be 26. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable, man. These are hurting my ears in case you can't tell. Give myself some time on that. Pretty soon here, I'm going to need to go get myself some water. I am dying. Oh, well, I have pick 79 for you. Pick 79 for the Houston Texans will be Jalen Knoll, who is another good pick. Like, some of these players that should have gone round 2, they're going to start coming off. They're coming off right now. The last 3 are players that I think should have been in a round 2 conversation. And Landon Jackson. So a lot of these players here in round 3, I think are round 2 talents. A couple of teams reached in round number 2. So that allows for some round 2 caliber players to fall in the 3rd round. And we're starting to see some of those players come off now the board. Let's see. Well, I still don't know the pick for 78. The Cardinals, which is weird, but I know the pick 79. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What in the world is going on? I still don't have the pick. Oh, that's interesting. Abdul Carter attempted to take number 56 from Lawrence Taylor, and Lawrence Taylor was not going to have it. He said no. Wow. I think he should stick with number 11. But he wanted to follow up that Lawrence Taylor lineage, and he said no. By the way, the number 78 pick is Jordan Birch, the defensive end from Oregon. I'm a big fan of his. I think he's a late day 2. He's a late day or round 2 player. Big guy. I think he's like 6'5", 270. Really big edge rusher. 6'4", 280, actually, to be more exact. So really, really big guy, and he's got potential. He has a lot of moves in his arsenal. It's not like he's just like a big guy that doesn't have any speed. I think he's a good player. I really do. Yeah, there's the Jordan Birch pick. All right, I will be right back for the Indianapolis Colts pick, and then after that, the Bengals are picking. Watts is still there. Andrew, if he's the pick, that is unbelievable. All right. I will be right back. I'm getting water. All right, let's see if I have an update on Indy's pick. Nope, I do not. So we can only guess. That would be funny because I know Andrew really, really wants Xavier Watts at pick 81. He's there at 80. That would be hilarious. Okay, the Colts are on the clock as the Bengals are on the clock now as Justin Wally, the corner from Minnesota, is gone at number 80 to the Colts. I actually don't know who that is, so I would assume it's not the greatest of picks if I don't know who it is in round number 3. So, yeah, I don't know. That's crazy, Andrew. They announced the pick. All right. Dylan Fairchild was picked over Xavier Watts. That is unbelievable. Okay. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable, guys. The Bengals pass on Watts, but then at number 82, the Titans follow suit and also don't draft Xavier Watts. Breaking news, guys. Shedeur Sanders was not picked by the Steelers. They went Caleb Johnson. This is a mayhem. This is mayhem. That's crazy. Wow. Shedeur Sanders, get ready to learn Chinese. I'm texting my buddy right now. He has no idea what's going on. Oh, are you the only one in here? Picks are not coming in at all right now. Kind of crazy, actually, to see. I think Shedeur falls to day 3. The Buccaneers are doubling up on corner. We have the next pick, and it is Jacob Parrish, the Kansas State corner. He's pretty athletic. Solid round. I think he's probably a good third round pick for them. Not too high, not too low. I think that's pretty fair. What are these picks? I don't even know. Noel Williams, California corner. Could be good. Don't know too much about him, to be honest with you, but Chiefs have a pretty good history with drafting third or fourth round corners. So who knows? You know what I mean? It could be solid. Jamari Caldwell, the defensive tackle from Oregon. Another player who I don't know who he is goes here to the Chargers. Pick is in for Green Bay. pick for the Green Bay Packers is being announced right now. Let's see what it is in a second. Savion Williams, the wide receiver from TCU. So the second receiver off the board goes to two receivers. Two receivers to the Green Bay Packers this draft.